Welcome to bodkonian's Guild Chat, episode 14. In this episode, we're going to talk strictly about BlizzCon. That's the main thing. Episode 13 is come and gone. The rules and regulations is come and gone. Now we move forward, we adapt, we cope, we go with the environment and own this up and make everyone wipe like a raid boss. So stay tuned.
Welcome to bodkonian's Guild Chat Podcast Wannabe with your host, bodkonian, the most hated gamer in the community pretending to be a host of this podcast. Be warned, the feelings you feel is real, or the feelings of being tired and sleepy. And now, your boring host, bodkonian.
I don't know if I was on crack when I was making that particular video, but oh my god, make sure I got my volume set up because of things. So, BlizzCon 2018, a thing that's happening, spontaneous. Okay, so how can BlizzCon be spontaneous? Well, to be quite honest, me and my sister prepared and planned to move to Phoenix, Arizona all year long. That decision was made at BlizzCon 2017, and so that's what I've been doing this whole entire year. It's just prepping for the move, save money to move, and get this a little bit closer, arid, extra dry. I know, weird, right? Oh, you don't see the microphone in my video. Okay. Anyhow, I'm looking at that. I should be looking at that. Still trying to get used to this whole setup thing. I know, weird lighting. That will change over time. It is what it is. But, so I prepared to move to Phoenix for this whole entire year. And we made it, I was thinking about this early summer, that when we moved to Phoenix, let's take a drive to Anaheim, California during BlizzCon. We'll show up either on Wednesday or we'll just drive out on Thursday. Come back home and do the virtual ticket thing. So that was the plan. And as time goes on, I'm at work, I'm walking outside, bringing in carts, because that's what I do. It's not hot here in Phoenix, to me. I'm wearing all black. The asphalt is black. And when I say wearing black, black shirt, black pants, black undershirt, it's all black. And it's like 115 degrees outside, and I'm working out in it from around 8 a.m.-ish to about 7 p.m.-ish, somewhere around there. Sometimes it's 9 to 6, sometimes it's 10 to 7. But I'm working Monday through Friday, 8 hours a day, 48 hours a week, working out in the Phoenix sun since July 16th. It hasn't been hot to me. Just saying, it hasn't been hot. To other people it has, but not to me. And yes, I worked out in the 115 degrees, 3-digit temperatures, nothing. So during all that time, walking to work, walking back home from work, working outside, I think. When I walk, I think. I plan. And I'm like, could I make BlizzCon happen in a short, quick notice? So doing some thinking about it, looking at the financial situation for me and my sister, we both came up with a conclusion that we can go to BlizzCon, enjoy the couple days there, and then drive back. if we're going to be there for a couple days, let's see if we can get tickets. Now, you might say, well, the tickets all sold out. Here's the process that a lot of people forget about. When we wait for the announcement of the ticket sales and the date of BlizzCon, where everyone flips out, everyone goes ham and they buy the tickets. It's like reserving your spot. But real life happens during the summer. Friends decide, you know what, I can't go, so they back out. So now some people in groups of individuals are stuck with the ticket. And so they decide, well, can I sell this ticket at last second? That happens a lot at BlizzCon. I saw that last year at 2017. I was hanging out with Christy and Sarah, and I could not believe the number of people that had extra tickets. I'm like, oh my God, you could still, there's like 20, 30 people that could come off with some tickets, and I believe it was about that many. And Christy, who does the BlizzCon ticket meetup, greet up type deal, if you got extra tickets, we're going to sell them at face value or lower. And a lot of people sell it lower. They're like, look, I just want to get rid of this ticket, man. $75, it's yours. Just take it. And that's cool. It eliminates the PayPal problem that I tend to have. And I could buy a ticket cash. I don't care about the virtual goodies. They're pretty decent. I probably would still purchase the virtual ticket to see some of the panels that I missed. But other than that, it's because the virtual ticket lasts a couple weeks after BlizzCon, so you don't have to do it on that day. And I'm going to have a ticket to go into BlizzCon. My sister is going to have a ticket to go into BlizzCon. This is the thing that's going to happen. So last night I went on to Universe. Sorry, I got a little too loud there. I noticed the yellow disc bar. Anyhow, I went to Universe, reserved 2 tickets to the DitchCon party just in case. I don't know how me and my sister are going to do this. I mean, this is spontaneous. This is no planning. We're just going to go. We're just going to go and just have fun and see how the new setup is. New setup. There's a new setup this time around, and this time they're going to have fences up. Now I'm going to give my opinion about those fences. So when I went to BlizzCon 2014, and it was the same way in BlizzCon 2015, you can walk inside the Anaheim Convention Center without a badge. You can go up to the 2nd floor and to the 3rd floor without a badge. Because to have a badge, you had to go into the doors of the actual convention itself. So you got the glass doors and you got the barricade doors, all right? The 2nd floor and the 3rd floor escalators is after the glass doors, but before the convention doors. The barricaded doors is what I'll call it, the badge doors. So you can go up there and not have a badge. Well, BlizzCon 2016, you had to have a badge to enter the glass doors. That was a new thing. And right outside the door of the glass doors, they brought out these black tables. So when you go through the black tables, you just showed your badge. You can now enter the convention center and go to the 2nd floor, the 3rd floor, walk on the in between the glass doors and the barricaded doors. Excuse me. So BlizzCon 2017, they extended the tables further out. Now you had a big distance from the tables to the glass doors to enter in BlizzCon. Because they had a new building last year that extended the 3rd day ticket sales like they did this year. Just to see, I guess they do the 1st stage and the 2nd stage just to see how much they have and is there room for the 3rd. So I'm expecting BlizzCon 2019 ticket sales to be day 1 and day 2, not a day 3 like they did the last 2 years. So some people are going to rely on that third day thing. I would not be surprised if the third day thing is going to be a thing in the past. It's probably going to be day 1, day 2. It should be a day 3. I like the day 3 thing, giving some people some other opportunities to go for the tickets that missed it on day 1 and day 2. So what's different this year? Well, this year now they're surrounding the building with a high fence. There's now metal detectors as you walk into certain entry points where the hall badge is, and going in through the main stage doors and the new building doors, which is further down the right. Now, BlizzCon 2014, I don't know how it was before then because I wasn't there. From BlizzCon 2014 all the way to 2017, you can walk on the sidewalk in between the Hilton and the glass doors without a badge. Now, you need to have a badge to walk that. I don't mind the fenced area for security reasons, but I'm going to give my opinion about those fences. So now the fence is going to extend out where the water fountain is. So now you need to have a badge for Friday and Saturday, and probably late Thursday night when they really set everything up, to take pictures at the fountain. Now, BlizzCon Pass, there's like another convention that happens at the Marriott. And those people come out and they take photos at the Hilton or at the water fountain. They have nothing to do with BlizzCon. Well, now they can't do that. They now have to have a badge to be around the water fountain. But there's only one way in and one way out. This is where I could be wrong on this, but they have to have some exit points. The entry point is going to be where the food trucks are. It's going to be, there's like you got this weird sidewalk with this weird blue squiggly line going down the sidewalk, all right? And you have another little fountain right at the beginning of that sidewalk. I think a few feet, there's like this little vine tree-ish little thing you can sit at. I think the fence is going to come out to there. And that's where you enter in to enter for BlizzCon. You must have your badge. And then, and I think this is how it's going to be on Friday morning. There's going to be security there for the 5 o'clockers in the AM. You're going to walk up to the fence, show them that you have the badge, and they let you through. You go up to the next set of a fence that's past the water fountain where the black tables are going to be located. And then you're just going to stand there and wait until it's time to show your badge and the running of the nerds happen. But I think it's going to be a little bit more controlled this year because the metal detectors are at the glass doors. Not outside, but inside. So when you go through the doors, they're going to wave you, and then you can move. So I think they're going to have a lot of security from the black tables. They got this cloth, deal with it. I said the color black. Get over it. So you got this black table, several of them. I think the lines for the backpacks need to be separate from the people who don't have a backpack. Sorry if you're in a group of people and you don't want your friends separated, then don't carry your backpack because it slows down people like me who don't have a backpack. So I'm not bringing in a bag for BlizzCon this year. So separate the two. Bags to the left, non-bags to the right. And then you're going to rush to the glass doors, but there's going to be security that's going to slow you down. You're not going to do the big run. And once you get to the glass doors, it's going to be in a single file line because they do have it in order. Like when you pick up your badge on Thursday to Hall E, they separate those lines. They have it quartered off. And once it gets further down, then they allow a certain amount of group of people to go, then they block off the rest, and then you can proceed to move forward. Now, the entry points and exit points. At the Hilton, there's a food court inside. When you go out those doors, that's where the smokers are. And to the left, That's where the cosplayers take photos with all the wooded area. I call it the wooded area. The wooded area cannot be blocked off due to traffic and cars, but it may be blocked off. They might have a fence because there's a road that drives in front of that goes into the parking garage. So a lot of these things is going to be very iffy. I think the fence panels are going to be from the new building along the sidewalk, give some room for some employees who do have to walk, and they don't want to walk on the road to get chances of getting hit. But I'm looking more at the cigarette smoking area. There has to be an exit point. Because if you're inside BlizzCon, I want you to try to picture this. You're inside BlizzCon and you need to smoke a cigarette. But secondhand smoking, this is California. It's probably going to be arrested if you smoke outside in that area. There's a smoking area designated right outside the Hilton. It's closer than anywhere else. So you have to leave the exit door where the water fountain is, walk through the food truck area, make a left, walk down the entire Hilton area, down the road portion to get to the cigarette area. What I hope they do, and I know they're going to have an exit point going out to, I think it's Catalina Boulevard, where the arena stadium is and the new building, and you can see Disneyland right there, or Disney. There's got to be an exit point there. You can't have that completely blocked off. But to walk in that particular area, you're going to need a badge. They had a highlight on the map with this orange line around it. Now, something else is new, is picking up your badge. Now, BlizzCon 2014 to 2017, you're on the left side. You got the Hilton, you got the food truck area, the water fountain, and then you have the Marriott, okay? The Marriott is the left side. So you're lined up on the left side going up against the glass door building. And then you have a set of stairs that takes you down to what's called Hall E. You go down into them stairs, and then they're going to separate the lines, the bags to the left or to the right, depending on the situation there. But the bags are not going to be walking with the people who don't have bags. And then you walked in, and everyone stopped, and they waited for people to go through. Because BlizzCon 2014, 15, and 16, once you went downstairs, you went through the line, got your badge, you go into the store, or you leave. Okay? Now, BlizzCon 2015, they had the store in Hall E. Because in BlizzCon 2014, it used to be on the main floor of BlizzCon. So, last year at BlizzCon, in the picking up your badge, everyone stopped and waited until the signal was to start doing the badges. It was pretty much organized. It has been since 2014. So, and then you walk in front of where the store is, choose to go in there, you go up the stairs, you go out, you're outside now, you go up along the glass building, you go up those little stairs and go to the water fountain, you go back to the hotel, some go back to their car, put their goodie bags up, okay? Now, follow me here. This year, when you go down those stairs, that door we always used to go into is now Media Pass, esports, people that have special badges with the lettering and the numbering on their badges. That's their door. The people who are not getting those media passes, they're going to go walk around the back end side. There's a parking lot behind the Anaheim Convention Center. So there's another door we're going to go through. That's the regular general attendees. That's basically all of BlizzCon people are going to go through that back door, except for the media pass people. They're going to go to the normal door. So they're going to separate the individuals. So now we're going to go to the back side. So the only thing I have is the exit points of these fences, because once you walk out the BlizzCon door, most of the time during BlizzCon, when you go out the door, you go down the left side of the water fountain. That's the most common place that everyone walks, is that left side. because it seems to be really packed with people sitting down on the right side. When you're going out, the right side would be Marriott, the left side would be Hilton, because we're being turned around here. Because when you're looking at the convention center, the Marriott's on your left, the Hilton's on your right. But when you're leaving the convention center, the Marriott's on your right and the Hilton's on your left. I got this thing memorized. I can't figure out wording for anything else, but man, I could stand here and break it down to details. Oh, I'm weird. So everyone, I'm going to say not everyone, I'm going to say typically about maybe 90% of the people coming out of the convention center are going out the left side, because there's a bigger sidewalk. You have the wooded area for the cosplays, the new building, you got the Hilton. The place that everyone will meet up and hang out is the Hilton. So you're naturally going to be attracted by unknown brain signals. You're going out the left side. So you're going to go down the left side of the water fountain. And you're going to go through the food trucks all the way down to the exit point to turn left and turn left again to go walk back up towards the Hilton to get to the main door. Because I'm assuming the gate is going to be further extended out than where the last entry point of the roll door. There's 2 roll doors going in the Hilton. One near the convention center and one right as you're walking up in. I think the gate's going to go past right where you're walking in at. I think it's going to go down a little bit. There's this big, huge sidewalk that comes out where it says the Hilton, and where a lot of people come through from the Sheraton or walking across the street from the Clarion or whatever the case may be. It's that big, huge gap sidewalk that squeezes in, that goes up towards the Hilton, that takes you up to the first set of row doors you can open, the second set of row doors, and then you can go into the convention center walking up that way. I think that's all going to be blocked off, but I would like for them to have an exit point as you're walking down that left side, so you don't have to walk through the food truck area. That you can actually just go behind the food truck area, have the exit point. You can't enter that way, but you can exit that way. That can take you straight out to the cigarette area, cross that little road portion to go to the parking garage, to get on that sidewalk to go in that first set of roll doors. Because you're going to go back and forth a lot, and there's going to be a distance from the glass doors going into the Hilton when you have to go through the food trucks. Me personally, I don't mind walking through the food trucks, but sometimes I get anxiety because of crowds. I have to get away from the crowds. I loved walking behind the food truck because I could get to my destination, which is the Hilton. So I can sit down, relax at the center table, because that's where everyone's going to meet up, is at the center table. It attracts a lot of people. You'll have people that's going to sit on the outside. Mostly the people that sit on the outside of the center area in the Hilton are people coming down from their rooms, chilling out a bit, getting something to drink, sitting around with each other, and not be claustrophobic with a whole bunch of strangers at the center table. That's where a lot of people are going to be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, is the center table. So I would love to see some exit points right in front of the cigarette area, near the food truck area, so you don't have to walk through the entire food truck area just to exit out the fence. But I don't know. I haven't been there. I just saw pictures of people taking these big fences, and my first instinct was, man, this is going to come off like we're in prison. I know we're supposed to be safe and secured, but I don't know. Maybe it's to help minimize the rush going into the metal detectors. There's a method to every madness. That's not explained to everybody. And rightfully so, because it's security to protect us from people who want to do harm because they don't care for themselves. So they don't care for anybody else. So we're going to have this big, huge fence and stop with the controversies and conspiracy theories and all that stuff. Just chill out, because you're not going there. So people will have opinions about the fence, and I'm pretty sure how it's going to be set up this year, they're going to make changes to it next year. So this year is like an experiment year with the fence. And I think what they're trying to do is keep the people from always bringing out their badge. That seems to be a problem where you're walking up, you got to dig through everything to get to your badge, even though it's around your neck. But some people are in cosplay and they don't know where all their stuff is at. And the cosplayers spend a lot of time on the sidewalk in between the glass building heading to the new building of the Anaheim Convention Center, right across where the people smoke at the Hilton. They spend a lot of time there. They spend a lot of time at the water fountain. So I think the fence that's being set up in place is more for the cosplayers than for me who's not going dressed up. Because I have it easy. Pop, boom, pop, boom. But when you're a cosplayer, you don't know where your badge is located somewhere on your body because you're hot and sweaty. You want to go inside to get an AC. You don't want to go inside the Hilton because it's at distance. You're right there by the glass door. You could just walk in. You already showed your badge. You don't need to show your badge again. And what I didn't like last year was you only had one entry in to the main convention center. Whereas at BlizzCon 2014, BlizzCon 2015, BlizzCon 2016, I can walk down the sidewalk in between the Hilton and the convention center, and I see the handle. I could just walk in there until I find one that's not locked. Some of them weren't. So I was capable of walking in, walking where the escalator is, walking to the main barricade doors, and walking to the convention floor. I like that. So the fact that they are doing this now means I could go back to doing that again without walking all the way to the front, turn left, because I got to walk up against this gate, the green gate, to go through the black tables, just to walk where I just came from, because there was a panel that was going in there. I hated that. I was doing more steps than necessary. So I like the fact that they're cutting down the walking of the steps. I just hope the walking of the steps of leaving the badge area to going into the Hilton or going into the Marriott. You got to have an exit point because there's people that sit behind the food trucks. If you're on the Hilton side, you don't see no picnic tables except for down the center. But I'm talking behind where it's between the Marriott and the food trucks. They got these picnic tables, and a lot of people sit over there as well. When you go up to the water fountain, people just naturally go to the right side. You have some that go to the left, but most of the time, everyone's going to the right side of the water fountain. You just naturally do because you've walked from the Hilton, so you're coming from the right side. And those who are not on the right side of the hotel side of the streets, if you're coming from the Clarion, if you're coming from the Homewood, if you're coming from anywhere from the Marriott on down, you naturally are walking up the left side of the water fountain. Those who are sleeping on the right side where like the Hilton is like the main divide, that whole entire walkway is the main divide. Like if you're at the Red Lion, or if you're down the street where Catalina Hotel used to be, I think it's called Catalina, it got knocked down to extend the parking lot. See, that's the thing, is that with the people that are sleeping on that side now, they're going to have a longer walk to get to the entry of BlizzCon. So I think they got to do something, because I just now thought of that. What about the people that's on the Disney side of the street, where Disney is, where you can take a look at Disney? There's people that, there's hotels along those ways. So you mean to tell me that everyone's going to walk all the way down because the new building is blocked off? When you look at the map, that's all blocked off. You can't walk through that big main sidewalk anymore that separates the arena for Overwatch and the new, what is it, Epic building, Legendary building. They're naming these things now. It's the new halls that was opened up last year. That's blocked off, man. You have to walk the entire way to get to the entry. And that walk, if you were to cut through where you're on the sidewalk, you have this other that used to be the old water fountain. I think they still kept that up. You have the convention center glass doors on your right, the Hilton on your left, that parking garage right there, that new building, that sidewalk, that's blocked off, dude. People used to walk that to cut down where the Hilton is, where the parking drive to get into the parking garage, or exiting the parking garage to go to pick up people on the cab thing, or on the outside of the pickup to drive out to the main road. People used to walk that just to get into the white line. They can't do that this year. That's blocked off. So now, if you're on the Disney side of the hotels, coming from past Disney where Denny's is, okay, I'm not talking down like if you were to leave, I'm really throwing you guys off, but try to bear with me. When you're leaving the Hilton, you have two main stores, CVS and Walgreens. Walgreens is on the side of Red Lion. No, CVS is on the same side as Red Lion. We'll just use Red Lion because that CVS and Walgreens are going to mess me up. Red Lion Road, which is the hotel, the Red Lion, going on south of Catalina Boulevard. That's easy for you guys at that main light where the CVS and Walgreens is. That's where everyone's going to have to walk to now to get to the Anaheim Convention Center. You cannot walk the other way anymore. So if you're on the Disney side, because remember, if you're at the Homewood Hotel, you got Walgreens and CVS at that light. You have to cross that light, make a left. Now you're heading north on Catalina Boulevard, where Disney's on your right-hand side. You can't, that whole entire road, where the old Blizzard's dinner at BlizzCon 2015 used to be at, where I think it was the hotel that was up, Catalina Hotel, is now a parking lot. You have to walk to where CVS and Walgreens is, walk down that road to go in between the Hilton and the Clarion and the Marriott just to get into BlizzCon now. So you're blocked off. You cannot walk through. You may have an exit point to which you don't have an entry point, even if you have a badge. So the cosplayers are going to be hanging out over there, and the people that they're staying with are going to have to walk up there. No one made a comment about this. Everyone made a comment about the water fountain area, the Marriott area, the Hilton area. But then I asked the question, well, what about those who are sleeping down where Disney is? How are they going to get in? They have to walk around the entire block now. So now people are going to think for BlizzCon 2019 where they're going to sleep and their distance of walking. I always think of walking and distance because I'm a walker. I don't own a car. Excuse me. So now I have to figure out how to set up my hotel rooms so I can avoid the long walks. I'm not sleeping on the side of Disney. I'll sleep on the side where Homewood is, the Sheraton, Hilton, which I won't do the Hilton, the Marriott, the Clarion. Those hotels, I'll do them. But down past where Disney is, that's a huge long walk because when I go back to the hotel, I'm going there to sleep. I'm not going to the hotel, make the big long walk back just to meet the next panel. So what the people are going to do who sleep down where the Disney is, they're going to leave the convention center and hang out at the Hilton just to rest up. Whereas before, in times past, they would go to their room, use the restroom, then come back, which is the smart thing to do. And also, if you're inside the convention center, if you're trying to locate your friends, this has never been posted. No one's ever said anything about this. When you're inside the main floor or Hall E, where your badge pickup is, there's these white posts, and they have letters indicating the hall that you're in, like E, because you're picking up your badge. You're in Hall E. Hall D is the main stage, okay? Which is if you were to look at the Anaheim Convention Center, where you can see the water fountain in front of you, to explain this, the letter A is on the right side where you have to walk along the Hilton to get to Hall A. That's the Overwatch Cup area. And the new building is near Hall A. Hall E is where the Marriott is. Okay, just to give you a concept. And D is over there because it's like A, B, C, D, and E. All right? I think the other ones are like, in the new building, it's like F, G, and H. I don't know. I haven't seen the post up over in there. But in the main convention building, if you're with friends and they lost you, or you lost your friends, you're going to lose people when you get there. Look at the white posts. Each one has a number. Each post has a different number. So if you're standing at E1, there is now, the next one's going to be an E2, an E3, an E4, an E5. There is no two E1s on that post that you're standing on this big, huge white concrete block going all the way up to the ceiling. E1, that's where you're at. You lean up against that post. You can text your friends, hey, I'm at E1. That'll let your friends know. They could be at the Overwatch area or the PvP if your guys are looking at the map. They're like, man, we're here in Hall B. Where is he? Oh, he's in Hall E. He's at the badge area. Hang on, we're on our way. So they're going to go to you because you're at the store, because you're wanting to meet up. So very important to check out the letters and the numbers on the post. A lot of people don't do that. And they're trying to find their friends. Oh, I'm over here at the main stage. You know how many chairs are at the main stage? What post are you sitting by? Oh, D15. Oh, we know exactly where that's at. We're coming right to you. Boom, easy found. A lot of people don't do that. They just stand there and wave. Now, one of the main topics you'll hear people talk about is seat savers. I saw one last year, and security told the person, sit down, or we're going to remove you. And they were saving seats, and the security was like, no. And they allowed people to sit there where their friends would have sat. Seat savers no longer exist. So you guys don't have to worry about that. The security team is full force, dead on that. Now, back to the fence thing. I think that's more shaped for the cosplayers. I really like and dig the fact that, gotta turn it down just a bit. I really like the fact that the cosplay community now don't have to keep looking for their badge when they're all dressed up, because once they enter in, they're in. They could go to the food trucks. They could go to the water fountain. They can take photos on the sidewalk where the glass stores is. Now, mind you, again, I'm not sure about the wooded area, if that's going to be covered up or not. So I'm going to take my GoPro and I'm going to record the outlining of the fence just to get an idea and the concept of what's going to happen next year, so I can better figure out my walking. I plan every detail. I plan the distance and how long it takes, the timing, and I did the same thing with my sister, because I'm going to cosplay one day. Yes, I will be getting into that. I like to do all the things with the community so I can understand what the community is going through, so I can better relate to them. And because I love everybody that go to BlizzCon, every source of people, they're family. And that's another thing too. A lot of people think that BlizzCon is the panels. That's the icing on the cake. BlizzCon is an excuse for all of us to come together in one area and hang out with friends. We use BlizzCon as an excuse. Now, why is it an excuse? Because that's where everything BlizzCon is going to happen, all the panels. That some people are going for the panels. But you're going to spend 90% of your time at the Hilton. That's where all your memories are going to be. I've had conversations with people that went to BlizzCon, and that I've been friends with over the years, we don't remember the panels. We don't remember them. We do when we sit down and talk about it, and when we have conversations on Facebook or Twitter or Skype or Discord or in the guilds. We talk about where was you when Sombra's hack happened. We were there. Where was you when Classic WoW was announced? But when you have that same conversation with people, the Hilton lobby takes precedence. It will take control of the entire conversation. The water fountain, where the food trucks. When BlizzCon is happening, I hear more about the food truck. I hope this food truck is going to be there because I love their food. Oh my God, their food. I don't eat from the food trucks, but I hear the people talk about it. When I look at my photos of pictures I've taken and videos that I've recorded, 99% of everything that I have has happened outside of the convention center. I have to tell myself, oh, I better take a picture of this because I was in here. But most of my photos, most of my pictures that I have that I use as my avatar on my Facebook is taken at the Hilton. The avatar I have now was with a group of people, and I hate how Facebook edited out. So I had a little bit of Murky's eyeball and me and his banner. But the rest of my friends were in there. But that was at the water fountain. That's my favorite photo. Not my favorite photo of the dwarf or the signing of my name or the classic World of Warcraft being announced or the Battle for Azeroth cinematic happening at the same time. Yeah, that's cool. That's great. DitchCon. DitchCon is a party event that's at the Avalon room, banquet hall room, whatever you want to call it. When you go into the Hilton, it's at your right-hand side. That's Wednesday night from 8 o'clock to about 11 o'clock-ish or 10 o'clock-ish. I heard more about DitchCon than I heard about any panel discussed at BlizzCon. I heard more about DitchCon from people I've never met before at random, just people anywhere. It was amazing. Con Before the Storm, Wowhead, all these parties events, the Hilton at the main center table, the people out at the water fountain, the food trucks. Man, you actually think that people spent $200 to do all that. And you will be 100% correct. I have a guildie. He's going to bring his friend. He's from the Silent Watchers on Norgannon. He's going to BlizzCon his first time. I really want to meet him there. I really want to hang out with him to experience his first time. What's his opinion? Because everything's going to happen fast. I don't know if he was a virtual ticket holder before. Not putting this on him, but I heard other people say, well, I'm doing a virtual ticket. Going to BlizzCon is a total waste. If he was like that before, his concept of BlizzCon is going to change the moment he gets there. It's going to be a whole new world. He's going to understand BlizzCon is more than panels, more than demos. He's going to remember hanging out with me hanging out with him getting photos and pictures with some developers that hang out at the Hilton, meeting people. He may watch some streamers. He may watch some YouTubers. Then again, he may not. It is what it is. He may like podcasters, and then again, he may not. But he's there experiencing BlizzCon his way, his style, and his fun. And he sits back and going, oh my God, this was much bigger and much better than I thought. So when I bring up the conversation that BlizzCon is more than one thing, he'll come to my defense because he will have experienced it. Bod's right, man. BlizzCon I thought was this. It's not. It adds to it, but it's a lot more. Next thing is the concerts. train Lindsey Sterling and the guy from Game of Thrones, they call him Hodor. People don't want to go to BlizzCon because of those 3 bands being announced. But you spent $200 for a concert. People are not going to BlizzCon because they don't like the goodie bag. So you spent $200 for the virtual ticket because you didn't like the goodie bag or you don't like the digital goodies. These are little knickknacks that Blizzard put together that they don't have to do. Sure, one year they had a Stein. Sure, one year they had a messenger bag. The idea is not to try to outdo each year. If you try to outdo each year, we go back to the conversation from Chris Metzen, that Chris Metzen always went to BlizzCon and he wanted to outdo what he did the year before. What can he do different? And it could burn you out. And Blizzard Entertainment just wants to relax and just have fun. If you're not going to BlizzCon because of the goodie bag or the concert, you know what? Good. Stay home, please. There's other people out there who want to enjoy and experience BlizzCon their first time, not the crybaby crowds. And there's some people who like those 3 bands. Oh, I'm going to see them. I don't care what anyone says. Good. That's great. I seen Metallica. I love Linkin Park, but I didn't go see Linkin Park. I didn't want to. I wanted to experience BlizzCon. I wanted to do demos. When I go to BlizzCon 2014, my rule of thumb was I don't want to experience the demos because I could play video games at home. Okay, BlizzCon 2015, I played demos. And now I participate in the demos because why not? Blizzard Entertainment put these items and these things on the floor. And with all due respect, I'm going to experience it to give my feedback. Okay, liked it. I did the Battle for Azeroth, Frost Death Knight, on the demo, and it was in Dustivar. And I liked the demo. I'm like, if this is the new expansion, you can release it. It was bug-free. I enjoyed it. I was pulling rares, like 3 rares following me, whole bunch of elites, and taking on mobs, and I was just grinding them down. Taking a look at the item level squish that was going to happen. And I don't mind all that. That's just part of the game. I can understand that. So I had fun doing the demos. I was handling with the cosplayer last year. That was fun to experience what cosplayers go through. People taking photos without the cosplayer's permission. I saw a side, not so much a good side for the cosplay community. So I understand what they're talking about, what they experience, and I'm glad I got to know that firsthand. But BlizzCon, and I'm really running on time here. Wow, I didn't think I was going to really get into this. But BlizzCon is a place where who cares if you are hanging out by yourself? You came with a group of people, you're going to meet up there. But everyone backed out. Now you're going by yourself. So you believe you're going to BlizzCon solo. If you're going to BlizzCon solo and you go back home thinking that you went there solo, you went to BlizzCon for the wrong reason. BlizzCon is, yes, you traveled there by yourself, but no, you're not there by yourself. It's impossible to explain, but if you think you're going to BlizzCon to hang out by yourself, you have to put yourself in that position to do that. That means you're not hanging out at the Hiltons. You're not doing the after parties. You're only going to BlizzCon for the panels. You leave the panels, and you go back to the hotel, and you go to sleep. Now, I will agree with you. You've experienced BlizzCon through the panel way, and I'm going to have to say you gave yourself 10% of what BlizzCon is. In that case, a valid argument. You could have saved yourself $200 by just buying the virtual ticket. That's basically what the virtual ticket is. I don't do the virtual ticket experience when I go to BlizzCon. I don't do social media. My social media is at the Hilton. You want to hang out and socialize? We're going to go old school, baby. I don't have a cell phone. I don't carry a cell phone. This is what I'm going to carry. And my blue sweater, my blue Alliance hat, that everyone makes fun of me about. Oh, but he's wearing, I can't put it on because of the stupid headset that I have. Yeah. Overwatch pin on that one. I'll probably have it stayed on there. I'll probably remove it. It's going to fall in front of my face. Wearing all black. I'm hanging out with friends. Someone made a post, does the Horde and the Alliance, is this divided? No. It's not divided. BlizzCon is not about World of Warcraft. BlizzCon is not Alliance and Horde. BlizzCon is Blizzard Entertainment Games. And the atmosphere, when you go in there, you know that it's family. You feel that you belong. You can't explain it. You can't describe it. You just know that you can relate to anyone there and they can relate to you. And everyone's there is glad to see you. You may have gone to BlizzCon last year and nobody recognizes you. Like when I went to BlizzCon 2014, I didn't know anybody. BlizzCon 2015, I ran into so many strangers that called me out, and I felt embarrassed because I didn't know their name. But they remembered me from last year. And I was like, wow. And Heath, the guy with the black beard, I didn't introduce myself to him at BlizzCon 2014. I didn't even see him. I walked in at BlizzCon 2015 in the Hilton lobby area. He walks over to me and bear hugs me. I seen him on the documentary at BlizzCon 2014. I seen him make posts in the BlizzCon Facebook groups. But that's it. I never interacted with this guy. And my hello from him was a big, huge bear hug. And my sister, her first time going to BlizzCon 2015, does not know anybody there. And Heath, when he saw her shirt, was like, hang on, bud. Something's more important. Because she was wearing Doctor Who. She became the prize, the golden ticket. That's BlizzCon, man. You don't have to be anybody. You just show up. Oh yeah, I remember that person making posts on Facebook. Stephanie and Andrew. It happened to them. This is great. I'm going to share it. And then I'm probably going to end the podcast on Andrew and Stephanie. All right? Well deserved. So these two just got married. This is BlizzCon 2016. This is their first time going. All right? And they had a plan of what they were going to do. They were going to go to this panel. They were going to go to that panel. There was a washing off the dirt restaurant event. I don't know what it's called. They were going to go to that and go back to the hotel, go to the party, the Wowhead party. And I think DitchCon was going to be a party that they were going to do. But their plans was small. But it was their BlizzCon experience, which is perfect. Make a plan. Because I can guarantee if you open up to anybody at BlizzCon, your small little plan is going to increase. So Stephanie walked up into the to the water fountain. Just imagine had she not. If she sees this part of the video, she's going to be like, oh my God. Had she not gone to the water fountain, that what if? You'll play that what if in your mind. Look at where Andrew and Stephanie is now in the BlizzCon community, the BlizzCon family. The people that they met would not have happened had they not gone to the water fountain. Maybe in some other kind of way it would have, but not the way it did. Because their plan was this, but it all changed when Stephanie and Andrew went to the water fountain. Stephanie did not know who I was. This goes to my sister. My sister takes photos on her phone, and then she uploads them in the BlizzCon Facebook groups to give BlizzCon to the people at home that are not there. Not to rub it in, but to say, save up for next year. Here's who we met. A lot of people staying at home want to see these particular photos. And we, who is in these photos, when we come back home, everybody at BlizzCon plays the game Where's Waldo. You look at every single photo and you try to find yourself in that picture. And you save it. Oh my God, someone took a picture and I didn't even know it. You save it as a memory, as a momentum. Right? Everyone does it. You're going to look for yourself. You're going to watch BlizzCon videos and you're going to be like, am I there? Am I in that video? Oh my God, I'm in that video. Oh, here I am. That's what you do at home on your own time. You play the game, Where's Waldo? So Stephanie knows about these photos and the posts that my sister makes. Walked up to the water fountain. She did her things. I happened to notice her and Andrew. They were doing a little thing. And Stephanie happened to make eye contact with my sister. I'm aware of my surroundings. I'm an extremely defensive person. So I'm going to pay attention to every single person. That's just how my brain computes and calculates and processes things when I'm around crowds. So Stephanie walked over and she's like, I recognize you. Couldn't get the name together. And so now the conversation breaks open. My sister is talking to Stephanie. And Andrew just standing there. I'm introducing myself to Andrew. And they really didn't have nothing planned. And I'm like, you want to come with me to the Washing of the Dirt, the restaurant? Well, we were going to go back to the hotel and just rest up. Yeah, sure. So they're walking with us to the Washing of the Dirt, and they went to their own table, and I introduced them as new. Look, if you're new at BlizzCon, and I know you're new at BlizzCon, game on, buddy. I'm going to introduce you to as many people as I can because the veterans love new people. You are treated like royalty at BlizzCon. This is your thing. We want your memories to be great. So Andrew and Stephanie started introducing themselves to people, and they're starting making friends. All because they went to the water fountain. They decided to come with us to the Washing of the Dirt, and I went on my own way. Hey, BlizzCon is not about me and my sister. BlizzCon is about what you want out of it. So I go about my business. I introduce you to the ocean of sharks, and I walk away. I know, over dramatical, but in a good way. So now, your original plan was this. Your plan has been altered because you're new. You now are meeting so many people that you would not have met. And that's BlizzCon. When you find somebody that's new, I do the fist bump now. It's like, hey, welcome to the club. I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you're sitting with your mom, you're sitting with your dad. Especially if you're a child and you're with your parents and this is your first time, or maybe it's not your first time. But if you're a child, hey, welcome to the family. I want them to feel as safe as the adults. I'm all about community, and I love kids. I'm a kid at heart. I just want people to have fun. I just want people to enjoy themselves, and that's BlizzCon, man. It's all about family, just being there, just hanging out. The kid's going to walk away with the memory, man. He's like, man, Dad, people were greeting me. It doesn't matter who greet them, is that the child feels like they're a part of the entire event, the entire audience. They're a part of everything. They're not, oh, you're 12, I can't say hi to you. You're young, I see your parents, I'm going to greet your parents, I'm going to meet the parents, and I ask them, can I say hi to your son, your daughter? I give them a fist bump. I don't do the handshake, I give them the fist bump. And I do that with everyone. I do the fist bump thing. No, not a fan of the handshake thing too much. I guess I'm a germophobia on that. Even at work, someone gives me a handshake, I go and get an antibacterial wipe thing and I wipe my hands. But yet I don't do that after I bring in 1,000,000 carts. Anyhow, BlizzCon is family. The icing of the cake is the goodie bags and the concert. And the specialty is thank you for coming here. We got these panels for you. We got these esports tournaments that a lot of people like. Something to scream and cheer about. But your memories, it's going to be the Hilton. DitchCon, oh my God, I love DitchCon. It's so amazing. Just to see people mess up and screw up and have fun doing it. And meeting members of the podcast and the Writers of Rohan Guild on Argent Dawn. And then you go to the main lobby, getting ready for Calm Before the Storm on Thursday night, hanging out with the guild I'm a part of now, Convert to Raid on RE Peak. It'll be my year anniversary to joining that guild. I felt that I joined the guild at BlizzCon because I was recruiting to join the guild. So I thought it was a major, got to fill out 25 applications, you got to be someone special, unique. No. CTR stands for Convert to Raid, but it's a mission statement that really resonates deep within me. It's community, teamwork, and respect. And that is BlizzCon in a whole. I understand some people used to be in the guild and don't like the guild no more. They moved on. That happens. But with all due respect, we're all there as a team. We all respect each other. And most importantly, it's a community. And it's the people that go there that makes it big. We made BlizzCon what BlizzCon is. Blizzard Entertainment just created the venue and we the gamers geeked out and made BlizzCon. BlizzCon is created from the gamers, not from Blizzard Entertainment. They just have the venue and bring the statues and bring the demos. It's us, the community, that made BlizzCon what it is. So, with that, I'm going to end the stream. End the stream. Yeah, right. And in the particular podcast. So I hope to see some of you guys at BlizzCon. And let's go have fun with it. This is going to be great going to BlizzCon. I can't wait. So this is going to be cool. So y'all have a good one and fly safe and be safe. I'll see you at BlizzCon.
Welcome. Finally, what everyone's been waiting for, the ending of the show. You can wake up now. If you like or dislike, please click on the thumbs. Leave a comment or subscribe if you want more of this boring wannabe podcast. Music by Blizzard Entertainment, and the voice character background is from Blizzard Entertainment. Not to be taken copyright stuff. Not on purpose. I'm sorry if it does. And if you're hurt, I do apologize. The tissue is in the cleaning aisle.
Did you all hear that intro I accidentally clicked on? And I keep forgetting to use the Blizzard voice thing. I'm going to end it. I thought that was funny and hilarious. So, peace.